Looking for Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins with fast delivery? IG Vault has the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 6% off your order.
What's up, YouTube? It's Duke back here from sportsgamers.com. I'm very excited for today's Madden 21 video. I'm about to break down the best play in the entire game. This is my favorite play in the game, my favorite setup in the game to use on offense, to pass the ball, to move the ball against any defense out there. We're going to be going over how to beat man, zone, meta defenses, the blitzes, just really everything you want to know how to beat. This video will show you how to do so, put up points in a hurry, move the ball very easily. Like I said, guys, we're getting to the end of Madden 21, so we're going to be releasing all of my secrets. We're going to be looking at the gun bunch tight end. Yes, I know. A formation I've broken down a lot this year. A lot of people run, but this is a setup I've been kind of keeping in my back pocket until the end of the year. It's definitely the best way to run any play in gun bunch tight end. Any playbook that has the formation gun bunch tight end will have what I'm about to show you. We're just in the Jets playbook in this video, if you want an example. But you don't need any abilities at all. I will say, though, like, when you're playing MUT, you have to have Gunslinger on your quarterback just to throw the ball against the tight windows that you'll see. But other than that, I mean, don't really need anything. I mean, of course, it is nice to have inside Deadeye to always make sure you have accurate throws and other things like that. But, you know, it's not necessary. It's just going to be regular hot routes. The one thing I would say as far as subs goes, you guys just see I put Devontae Adams in the slot, best receiver in the slot. And another thing is if you do use Playmaker, you want it, you don't have to use Playmaker, but if you do, you want it on the inside receiver. Now, typically, when I run this formation, I will switch up the bunch, like putting the bunch on the wide side of the field, but you know, from time to time, I will just keep it on the short side if I'm going to try to roll out. Now, the first thing a lot of people do on defense, you guys know, is they use zone drops with cover 3, Mike Blitz 3, nickel 3-5 wide, looking something like this. So we're going to take a look at how to beat that. Now, guys, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying my YouTube content, I do tips and gameplays every single week, and we're going to be doing daily videos once Madden 22 drops. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, give us a like, turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on our great videos. And if you guys want to get better at Madden 21 and also Madden 22 when it comes out, make sure to check out sportsgamers.com. That's where I post all my premium tips, ebooks, offensive and defensive schemes. If you enjoy my free YouTube content, you're definitely going to love my premium content on sportsgamers.com. So, the play is PA boot over, and I'm sure you guys are saying, oh my gosh, everyone runs PA boot over. Yes, I'm aware. However, this is going to be a setup that is new, that you haven't really seen, because it's just something I've been doing, keeping to myself all year long. So, here's the defense a lot of people will use, you know. Basically something like this where they have a double Mabel concept, which means that they're going to use the middle of the field themselves, but they're going to have a purple zone playing at about 5 yards on each side of the field to take away the flats, but then a cloud flat playing at 25 to 30 to take away the deep sidelines for crossers or rollout corners or whatever. So first thing I like to do on this play is to delay fade the tight end. We all know how good that is. It's really actually easy setup. Second thing I do is I slant the receiver that's on the post, and the final thing you're going to do, now you can block the running back if you want. You could also keep the play action. It's just whatever you prefer. But the last thing I do is I motion this receiver over and snap the ball once he passes the tight end about 2 to 3 steps. So what's going to end up happening here is you're going to see that there's a lot going on over the middle of the field. You have a quick crosser that's shallow, a deeper crosser, and then the motion slant. So, if they try to blitz us here, we're still going to be able to pick this up because we have the delayed fade and the running back kept in. But then you have quick reads too. You can roll out. It's just, you know, it's a very, very difficult play to stop. You guys can see we can roll out, release the tight end on the delay fade, hit him, hit the crosser, hit the drag, hit the motion slant. I mean, there's just so much you guys can do on this play. It's very, 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 very difficult to defend. So if you guys can take a look at a replay here, we did send a 6-man blitz here. And you guys can see we are able to pick it up. We roll out. Now, guys, immediately you can see there's like 3 people open already. All of these guys are open. Now, they're kind of creating, again, and I've spoken on this many times this year, a triangle in the middle of the field. When you create a triangle, you guys can see here, a pyramid, whatever you want to call it, it's really a triangle. 1, 2, 3. Defenses cannot stop this. The spacing's too good for zone, and also a user cannot bait you between 3 routes spaced out like that. So there's always at least going to be somebody open, and then when you add in the fact that these are man beaters, then you're really going to be cooking. Now, If we roll out, as you guys can see here, I mean, sure, I could have thrown the slant, just stayed in the pocket and throw the slant at the crosser. But once we roll out, now it's really what becomes a problem, because you guys can see we can fit the crosser in here, and when you release the delayed fade, then they really got issues. As you guys can see here, the delayed fade is just chilling wide open in the middle of the field with nobody even close to him for an easy throw and catch. So this is a super solid play to beat Mike Blitz 3, but it really does a good job of beating anything. So we're going to look at a little bit more basic cover 3 style, cover 3 sky first. This is going to really be hard to stop, because you automatically, when you have your zone drops off, you have to chase the post. Or no, not the post, but the crossing route. You know that. So say you do, you can always lowball that slant route at a certain point in the route against pretty much any zone coverage in the game. So if I see your users chase my crossing route, that's kind of what I'm looking to. Or, as you guys know, I can roll out and throw my delayed fade. Or if they don't have anyone in the flats, I can hit this guy. And if he's a playmaker, obviously I can playmaker him back over the middle. But as you guys can see here, this route's going to be open. So, like, the user has to go with that. That's what makes this play work. That threat of that crossing route. Now, I didn't even roll out and throw the delayed fade here. I just kind of threw the slant route. Easy conversion. Now, I know some people are probably wondering, what if they just man everybody up and don't even really try to blitz or play any zone? Just play with basic man coverage. Like, is this still going to work? And yeah, it does, because these routes all beat man coverage. So again, you snap the ball once your player gets about the motion about 2 to 3 steps past the tight end. But you guys can see that little shallow cross beats man. The deeper crossing route, that beats man too. And also the motion slant beats man. So you have 3 man beaters right away. And as you guys know, when you roll out and release the delayed fade, 9 times out of 10, the man defender doesn't guard it. So really, you have 4 man beaters on one play. You guys can see, boom, look, slant is open. Crossing route's breaking open, and then this guy's open too. Now, one thing, if you do use receiver abilities, if you want to throw that crossing route a lot, the deep out elite is nice, because then it'll just give more separation. Also, better catch animations on the sideline too. So that is something to consider, but obviously you don't have to do it. The really nice thing about this, though, is if they do start to try to blitz you. So here, we're going to send them a blitz, whether it's man or zone. These routes are very quick, especially if they're in a man blitz. You're going to have a lot of people open right away to where, I mean, look at Adams. See that separation he got? You actually could see that right there, and that's a one-play touchdown. So we've looked at cover 3 zone drops, some cover 3 blitz, basic cover 3. We've looked at man and man blitz. I would say the next thing you really got to worry about, and probably second overall, is, if you're playing a good player, is match coverage. A lot of people know how to play match coverage pretty good at this point of the year. I've done a lot of videos on it, and what I mean by match coverage is match coverage. The match coverage is basically a cover 4 that plays as if it's in man. And what I mean by that is your defender's in zone, and you have to zone drops off, which we're going to double check to make sure we do. The defender's in zone, they don't just guard an area. They don't just zone drop. They actually match to the routes as almost if they were playing man, but they're not. Best analogy I can give, and I've said this a few times this year, several times, is that it's almost like a matchup zone in basketball and defense. But we're going to look at it here and show you guys what you can do against it. So, again, this is kind of how the defense looks. Some people will make extra adjustments, but this is kind of it by default. And the same thing goes. We're going to send the delay fade the tight end, then we're going to motion slant the receiver on the post. Every time I run this play, I'm immediately looking at the routes over the middle of the field, the quick cross, the motion slant, and the deeper cross. And if I don't like any of that, of course, then I'm going to roll out, try to get some better throwing angles, and release the delayed fade. But honestly, most of the time, you don't even have to do that. As you guys can see here, I mean, again, pretty much a one-play touchdown right here on the crosser. I had some other angles to throw to the other routes, but that was something pretty easy to do. So, I mean, match coverage can be annoying to deal with if you don't know what you're doing, but this play does a pretty good job overall. Next defense, and really the last one we have to look at, is cover 2. Not a lot of people just play cover 2 at this point in the game, but once again, I mean, this play will be cover 2 just as will beat any defense. All you're going to have to do is, you can obviously roll out, throw the crosser if you want, hit the delay fade on the release, or you can hit the other guys over the middle of the field. It really just depends upon their adjustments and the user. The biggest thing with this play is watching the user defender. Where is he going? Is he going to run with your crossing route?
Is he going to try to sit over the middle of the field to take away the motion slant, potentially delayed fade, or playmaker if you do have one? There's just a lot. So if you watch the user, that's pretty much going to be your key where to go with the ball. Hope you guys enjoyed this play. Put it into your arsenal if you run bunch tight end. You really will enjoy it.